the Democratic National Convention. 4 days, thousands of delegates, one nominee. It's a spectacle of American politics broadcast into living rooms across the nation. But beyond the balloons and the confetti, the DNC is more than just a show. It's a powerful force that shapes local politics in profound ways. Think of it like this: the DNC is like a giant ripple effect. A stone is dropped, a policy speech, a protest, a security concern. The ripples spread outwards, reaching every corner of the country. Local leaders pay attention. They see what resonates. They feel the pressure. The DNC sets the agenda. It defines the issues. It rallies the base. And in doing so, it influences everything from local elections to city council meetings. It's the starting pistol for the political marathon that is the election season. So buckle up, because what happens at the DNC doesn't stay at the DNC. It trickles down, it seeps into the fabric of local communities, and it has a real impact on the lives of everyday Americans. When Kamala Harris takes the stage at the DNC, people listen. Her words echo through city halls and state legislatures across the country. Why? Because she's not just talking about national issues. She's talking about issues that hit home jobs, healthcare, education. Take her emphasis on economic policies. When Harris talks about raising the minimum wage, it's music to the ears of local leaders in struggling communities. When she criticizes tax cuts for the wealthy, it gives ammunition to local activists fighting for economic justice. And then there's the issue of reproductive rights. Harris's unwavering support for a woman's right to choose reverberates powerfully in states where those rights are under attack. It emboldens local lawmakers to push back against restrictive legislation. It energizes grassroots organizations on the front lines of the fight. The DNC is a platform. It amplifies the voices of national leaders like Harris. But it's the local leaders who take those messages and turn them into action. They're the ones who translate national rhetoric into local policy. The DNC isn't just about showcasing national figures, it's about much more than that. It's also about highlighting the party's bench strength, the governors, mayors, and state representatives who are the face of the Democratic Party at the local level. These leaders are the backbone of the party, working tirelessly in their communities to implement policies and drive change. Take the 2024 DNC in Chicago. This event was not just a gathering of the party's elite, but a showcase of its diverse and dynamic leadership. Leaders from Ohio and Kentucky, two states crucial to the Democrats' electoral hopes, were front and center. Their presence underscored the importance of these states in the national political landscape. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, a rising star in the party, delivered a rousing speech that energized the crowd. His words resonated with many, highlighting the progress made in Kentucky and the potential for future growth. And while Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown might have skipped the convention, his presence was felt. His policies and influence continue to shape the party's direction in Ohio and beyond. Ohio sent a sizable delegation to Chicago, a testament to the state's importance in the upcoming election. These appearances matter. They show the commitment and enthusiasm of local leaders and their supporters. They send a clear message. The Democratic Party is a big tent. It embraces diversity and inclusivity, welcoming people from all walks of life. It includes voices from across the country, from rural communities to urban centers. This broad representation ensures that the party addresses the needs and concerns of all Americans, regardless of where they live. And it's these local leaders who are on the ground, building relationships and connecting with voters on a personal level. They understand the unique challenges and opportunities in their communities and work to address them. The DNC provides them with a national platform to share their stories, their successes, and their struggles. This visibility helps to amplify their voices and bring attention to the issues that matter most to their constituents. And that, in turn, can translate into increased support and resources for their local communities. By highlighting these leaders, the DNC strengthens the party's foundation and ensures a robust and resilient future. Section 4, Protests and Security, the DNC's ripple effect on local concerns. It wouldn't be a DNC without protests. These gatherings have become a staple of the event, a way for people to voice their opinions and make their presence felt. They're as much a part of the convention as the speeches and the balloons. The energy and passion of the protesters add a unique dynamic to the event, making it more than just a series of political speeches. But these demonstrations aren't just about making noise. They serve a deeper purpose, aiming to bring attention to issues that might otherwise be ignored. They're about raising awareness of critical issues that often get overlooked in the national conversation. These protests are a platform for voices that might not be heard in the mainstream media. The 2024 DNC in Chicago saw protests in support of Palestinian rights, a cause that has long been a point of contention within the party, highlighting the complex relationship between the Democratic Party and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This issue has divided opinions within the party, making it a focal point for activists. These demonstrations, while smaller than in previous years, still made an impact. The size of the protest doesn't always correlate with its significance. They forced delegates and party leaders to confront a contentious issue and address the concerns of a vocal constituency. This interaction between protesters and politicians is a crucial aspect of the democratic process. Then there's the issue of security. With the high-profile nature of the DNC, security measures are stringent and unavoidable. The DNC is a high-profile event, and that means tight security police checkpoints, metal detectors, and a heavy law enforcement presence. These measures are in place to ensure the safety of all attendees. It's a necessary precaution, but it also creates tension. The presence of law enforcement can sometimes escalate situations, leading to confrontations. It reminds everyone of the potential for violence and the fragility of our political system. The heavy security presence is a stark reminder of the volatile nature of political events. The impact of these protests and security measures extends far beyond the convention hall. They affect the local community, disrupting daily life and drawing attention to the event. They spark conversations in living rooms and coffee shops across the country. These discussions are a vital part of the democratic process, allowing people to engage with important issues. They force local leaders to take a stand on controversial issues. The presence of the DNC in a city brings national attention to local politics, putting pressure on local leaders to address these issues, and they remind us that democracy is a messy, often uncomfortable process. The protests, the security measures, the debates, all of these elements are part of what makes democracy work. It's not always neat or orderly, but it's essential for the health of our political system. Section 5, a united front, the DNC's impact on local party dynamics. The DNC is all about projecting an image of unity. It's a grand spectacle where Democrats from all corners of the country come together to show solidarity and strength. The convention is meticulously planned to highlight the party's shared goals and values. It's a chance for Democrats to paper over their differences and rally behind their nominee. The energy is palpable, with speeches designed to inspire and unify. The nominee's acceptance speech is often the pinnacle, aiming to galvanize the base and attract undecided voters. But beneath the surface of unity, there are always fissures, factions, and competing agendas. These underlying tensions can sometimes be masked by the grandeur of the event, but they never truly disappear. Take the issue of economic policy. It's a cornerstone of the Democratic platform, yet it reveals the diversity of thought within the party. While all Democrats agree on the need for economic justice, there's a spectrum of opinion on how to achieve it. This spectrum ranges from progressive to moderate, each with its own set of proposed solutions and strategies. Some favor a more progressive approach, with a focus on government intervention and social safety nets. They argue that robust government programs are essential to address systemic inequalities and provide a safety net for the most vulnerable. Others prefer a more moderate path, emphasizing private sector solutions and individual responsibility. They believe that fostering a healthy business environment and encouraging personal accountability can lead to sustainable economic growth. These divisions play out at the local level as well. Local party dynamics often mirror the national debate, with grassroots movements and local leaders advocating for their preferred approaches. The DNC might provide a temporary truce, but once the confetti settles, local Democrats have to grapple with these same ideological differences. The post-convention period is crucial as local leaders return to their communities to implement the party's vision. It's a delicate balancing act. Local leaders must navigate the fine line between staying true to their principles and aligning with the broader party agenda. On the one hand, local leaders need to stay true to their principles and represent the interests of their constituents. They must address local concerns and priorities which can sometimes differ from national directives. On the other hand, they need to present a united front to defeat the opposition. Unity is crucial in elections, and a fragmented party can struggle to present a compelling alternative to voters. The DNC can either exacerbate these tensions or provide a framework for managing them. The convention's success in fostering unity or highlighting divisions can significantly impact local party dynamics. Ultimately, the DNC's impact on local party dynamics is complex and multifaceted. It serves as both a unifying force and a reminder of the party's diversity. It can foster unity, but it can also expose divisions. The challenge lies in harnessing the energy and enthusiasm of the convention to build a cohesive and effective local strategy. It can empower local leaders, but it can also constrain them. The expectations set at the national level can sometimes limit the flexibility of local leaders to address unique local issues. It all depends on how effectively those leaders navigate the post-convention landscape. Their ability to balance national directives with local needs will determine their success in building a united and effective party at the grassroots level.